Well, I was born in Vancouver, British Columbia, 1925. And then my parents were born in Japan, in Fukuoka. And my sisters, some of them were born in White Rock and some in Vancouver, BC. Lot of things they taught me, things about Japan, about Sekku, and like before they used to have Sekku, Onago no Sekku and Otoko no. Yeah, they taught me that, and then they taught me about New Year's and what we're supposed to do and what we're not supposed to do. So, yeah. So they taught us a lot of things. Then they taught us a lot about, they were superstitious. So, and I'm one of them, and my husband doesn't believe in it, but I do. So.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it. I still keep up with it, and my children, they learn from me, so they keep some of them. The good ones they keep, and the bad ones they throw away. We were in Hastings Park for 3 months, and we couldn't have any cameras, and what we took was just our clothing, nothing else. We couldn't take anything special, just our clothes. And then the Mounties were very nice to us. And what we used to do was we used to wait, like we used to have bunk beds. So my parents slept downstairs and we slept on the top bunk. So we used to always wait for the Mounties to come around to check. And they were very nice about it. I mean, they didn't treat us mean. I thought they were very good about it. So.
About the friends?
No, no. No, there was one friend that used to come every so often, and we used to have to see them by the fence. There was a fence, and we talked them through the fence. And that was it. But they weren't allowed inside, so we had to talk.
Oh, those friends are non-Japanese.
No, there were Hakujin and Chinese that came to see us. Yeah, but it was through the fence that we could talk to them. They weren't allowed inside that park. So. Bay Farm? Well, when we got first, we went to a place called Popoff, and we had to sleep in the tent for maybe 1 month before we got into Bay Farm because the house wasn't ready. So once we got in the house, I stayed with my sister and her husband, and you have to have 7 people living in a house. So my sister only had 5, counting, so my sister and I, we stayed with her at Popoff. And well, it wasn't very warm, it was cold. So, and then we used to get water from the truck used to come every so often, and they bring us water. We did our own washing outside, and outside that we did live. We were free. We could go wherever we wanted to go. There's nobody there to check on us or anything. So my parents lived in Lemon Creek. That's 7 miles from Bay Farm. So we used to go visit them every so often. We used to walk. We couldn't take the bus or nothing. We walked 7 miles and back again 7 miles. And because we had to stay with my sister for her to get the house. If we didn't stay with her, she would lose that house and somebody else will have to live. See, like my mother, there was only 3 of them, so they had to live with somebody else. It was made in half, and there was another family living on the other side in that one house. So we kept our Japanese cultures right through, Like I said, we did a lot of things because we were taught from our parents the cultures, so we kept it up. Yeah. So even now, we still do certain things. We do culture things.
So like a superstition or some kind.
Yeah, I still do. And my husband thinks I'm crazy, but it's all right. We didn't have no problems. At least I didn't think there was any problems with it, at Bay Farm. Because there was nobody watching us. We were free to go wherever we wanted to go. So We used to go to the shows, and of course we didn't go to school, but we had a lot of things. Uh, well, of course there wasn't that much to do anyways, but then we worked at a place uh, where they used to have food before. We used to work in the kitchen for a while. So I think the people at Fort William they were very good to us. Um, I think we were about the second Japanese that came here. So um, I don't think they treated us bad. They were really good to us. And I don't think there was no discrimination as far as I was concerned. So I like Fort William anyways. I did like it better than Vancouver, because I find that everybody is friendly here. And there's so many different nationalities that seem to be one happy family, you know. We were staying at a Italian place, and they treated us real good. Yeah, and their name was Mastrangelos, but they were really, well, they were like a family. Yeah. So, I mean, we had no problem with them, with none of them, none of the people. In fact, in Fort William, I worked at Hakujin's place um, as a housekeeper, and yeah, I can't think of the name, but they were very nice people too. They treated me well. So, and then I went to work at Great Lakes Sawmill afterwards in the bunkhouse, and I enjoyed myself when I was young. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think we had any problem. Because I think if it was someplace else, maybe they would have, but uh, they seem to be all. Of course, no matter where you go, there's some people that don't like certain people. So, but as far as the people we knew, all the people we knew, I think they were all nice to us. So I didn't have no problem. Don't think too much of it right now. I don't talk about that war ending, and because we were born in Canada, so I did visit Japan till later on, so it didn't bother me because as far as I was concerned, I'm a Japanese Canadian, you know, so it didn't bother me at all, you know.
So now can you
Well, I'm a Japanese. As far as I'm concerned, I'm Japanese, so um, I do things the way I was taught from my parents, and I try to teach my children a little bit of Japanese heritage, which a lot of them, they do enjoy it. I know my grandchildren, they love to know a lot about Japanese and this and that. So um, I don't feel nothing wrong about being a Japanese, and nobody doesn't seem to say anything bad because you're a Japanese or anything. It depends on how you feel, I guess, more than anything else, you know. So so, so after the war, being a Japanese, I don't care what anybody says. I'm still a Japanese, no matter what. Even if I'm born in Canada, I still got that Japanese in me. So I'm a Japanese. It doesn't matter what. So that's how I feel.